Howdy, just a fanboy here. Won't go too far into exposition, but I fought a Sin and I won, and something I noticed is that he wasn't really capitalizing off of his normals like far slash and 2S. And so in this video, I want to talk to you guys about how to absolutely, maul your opponents with Sin. Because it's pretty darn easy. So, I have him set to 5k, right? 5k gets blown up, or sorry, any low-hitting move, for the most part, will get blown up by Beak Driver. Now I have him to set to throw after, so if I do this into close slash, I get thrown. To beat throw, whenever you use Gazelle Step, for the most part, you can do Gazelle Step into 2p, 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 6p, and then that will set you at this distance, of which, look at where my far slash hits. It doesn't hit, but if they try and move or press a button after this, you can probably counter hit them with either far slash or 2S. Alright, so that's done, alright? So, Beak Driver beats, a low hitting normal, right? But Beak Driver, right? It's just a big old lunging attack, or well, poke. It will obviously lose to 6p. Now, some 6ps counter Beak Driver a little bit better. For example, I believe Maze actually gives her a soft knockdown on Sin, which just allows her to, you know, close the distance and start mauling you instead. But for some characters, right, Kai, it just puts me in counter hit state. Sorry, not counter hit, but punish state, of which I can just start doing this all over again. I can maybe close the gap. Sorry, whoops. Ooh, that one gave him a counter hit state. Huh. I wonder how that happened. Ah, if you delay it. So depending on when the 6p happens, this most likely is affected by startup. It can get counter hit, but still, at this range, they aren't really going to be able to convert it into anything. But so, Beak Driver loses to 6p, right? Elkunt beats it. And here's the thing, Elkunt, super juiced. If you get a counter hit with this move, you get 2k, 2d, easily time a meaty or delay close slash if they are trying to backdash, for example. I'll actually just go ahead and show off that. Let's make them backdash. Oopsie. Now you do have to kind of commit pretty hard to it. Oopsie. Oopsie, that's not what I wanted to do. God. I forgot what I was trying to show off. This is super good because, like I said, it sets up a hard knockdown, and there I didn't delay it, but you can then call out whatever. And if they try and throw, we'll go back to that. You can easily run up and have enough time to call that out, and then you can get wall break and do all kinds of stuff. Alright, so Elkunt, super juiced, right? They're gonna be afraid of it. And what are you gonna do against a super fast, low-hitting attack? Well, you're probably going to jump, right? And here's the thing, jumping in this game has pre-jump frames. Pre-jump frames just means that you can get hit out of a jump before you start reaching the air. So as you can see, he gets hit out of it. Now, I believe I had him set to throw, so if I try and run up and really do anything... Now, luckily the spacing is kind of on my side, but if I'm closer, I get called out. Now, actually, with throw, I don't think that you can do anything to beat it off of Beak Driver, but what you can obviously do is you can dump a ton of resources to get a guaranteed, knockdown and drag. And then you can meaty. Meatying is a little bit hard, and I recommend 2S, because the consequences for missing 2S are way less than far slash, in my opinion, or sorry, close slash. That being said, I do kind of want to just go over that if you get thrown with Sin, right, it's not that big of a problem, because you have this. This is a awesome DP. You can make it safe. You can fast RC it to, like, get some weird jumps. You can do this. Sorry, whoopsie. You can back RC. You can back RC, forward dash, you know, do all this kind of stuff. So offense or sorry, defense is really no problem with Sin. He's got YRC, he's got supers, he's got his DP that he can use stamina to actually make safe, assuming that the opponent doesn't know how to punish it, which it is a really weird DP to punish. And so overall, you're not going to be that worried, but yeah. And so let's see here. I believe I wanted to talk about, I think the one thing that I forgot is if they just block. If they just block, and let's see here, we are going to set them to, how do I do this? We are going to set him, so it's going to be a little bit hard to show you guys, but if I, he's going to do a kick now. If he does a kick after, for the most part, I don't get him. Or sorry, if he blocks it and just continues to block, it will beat Gazelle's step. But what you can do, I think, actually, is, let's see, he blocks. If he does one sec. This is a little bit hard to show you, and this is where I've struggled and sadly inflated the video quite a bit. Alright, now he's gonna do a kick. There, I think it worked out, and basically, you know, if you dump 2 bars a meter, you're guaranteed safe on block, and you're at this distance, of which, you know, they're probably close to the corner, if not mid-screen, and you can just start running your offense if you're really scary, and they have to start FDing you out. They're maybe not going to have RC, or they're not going to FD you out, and they are going to take their chances on guessing between your high-low mix, so that they can YRC and RPS you to hopefully try and get you into the corner, but again, your defense is super good. And I know I went over Beak Driver. If they block, right, if they block, and you think that they are going to just keep on blocking, this is a great move to get in. Because, while I'm not entirely sure the logistics of this, I'm pretty sure that this is almost all real. Or, you know, after this first one hits, they are now RPSing again. We're back to the RPS of after I hit them with my second far slash, they can either jump 6 feet, 5k, do whatever. And so you are starting to RPS after this to do this, or whatever. You can also, I think, do this, and then that's real, and then you're at this range, you're safe after 5H, because 5H is only -4, whereas 2H is like -8 or so, and it's a little bit more risky to go for. But again, Sin, super duper easy to lock people down and absolutely pin them to the corner, and I hope this video isn't too hard to understand. I'll be back whenever I decide to make a video about Guilty Gear, but if you didn't quite understand something, I'm sure there are other Sin guides to go check out, and also, like, feel free to pause the video. I say this at the end. Feel free to go back, pause it, slow it down, or just keep on rewatching until you kind of get an idea. And actually, I suppose, since we're here, I'll go over the counterattack settings. Counterattack settings are really nice for testing anything. So after block, this is how you actually check if something is plus. Is you hit the move and then you see who can jump first. As you can see, he jumps, or I jump way later than him, but with this, we jump at almost the same time. Actually, it almost looks like I'm plus. No, wait, yeah, I fall a little bit slower than him, so yeah, I'm like literally only -1, I think. Or because his pre-jump frames are like 4. So technically I'm like probably -5-ish. We'll go with that. But also, neutral, I've actually been taking advantage of this a ton. But before we actually talk about neutral, the customs are really nice. You need to have the play button bound to your controller somehow. But you can set them to record obv, as you can see down there. But neutral, as I was saying, if you set the opponent to guard only the first hit, it will make them continue to guard, I believe. Let's see here. Or not. I'm not entirely sure how it works. But anyway, like I said, take advantage of these because, for example, as I'm checking to see really the RPS situations, I can just set them to do a single move, and I can learn that Beak Driver loses to 6p, but Elk Hunt blows up 6p, and then from here, now that I notice that it's a counter hit, at least let me make sure that I don't have counter hit forced, yep. After I learn that it's a counter hit, I can simply see, oh hey, that hits, that's not real because it counter hits again, but I can start getting something from this, like, ooh, that's a hard knockdown if I don't do the follow-up, so I guess I should do this into close slash, or a delayed close slash to call out his wake-up options. Or, also, I could probably... Oops. And I can actually, like, whiff a close slash and then start blocking for a wake-up DP. But anyway, that's it. Again, I accidentally... went on talking a little bit longer than I wanted to, so this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, but sorry. Hope the stuff in here is really cool, and like I said, feel free to re-watch it to go check out stuff that you might have not picked up on initially, and Sin is an absolute beast. Check him out. Not telling you to main him, but he's definitely a fun time occasionally. But see you whenever I get the urge to make a Guilty Gear video again.